Hey guys, today I'm going to talk about the Manosaurus versus Donald Trump. Now, the Manosaurus is very vocal on issues involving Donald Trump. He is not a Donald supporter, and that's okay. However, when you use your own social media, which is associated with Magic the Gathering, to promote that you're happy that bad things are supposedly going to happen to the United States president, and he is our president. That is how the American system works. And that's the beauty of the system, right? You trust the system. You have to. Now, a lot of you are anti-government probably, but I think that the government it's a little too big, but it does have its benefits. So, Wedge says, I've always kept politics off YouTube and that will never change. Wedge at the Manosaurus. So if you Google him, his Twitter does appear and you can see what his political leanings are. Now, one of the things that a lot of Wizard of the Coast employees do is they put a description, and Merrill has done this as well, even in articles, especially about Mike Long, where he says, these are my personal opinions and they don't represent Wizard of the Coast. And then they act like they are experts in certain areas where they are not. So when you have such a divided country, and America is very divided, I think you can divide it along the lines of Trump and anti-Trump. You cause friction. And this friction should not, and I played Magic for a long time. It's never been this bad. But the reason it is so bad, everyone knows everyone else's political leanings now. It used to be, oh, okay, you believe this, I believe this, let's just play a game of Magic. Now it is bitter Twitter fights. It is tweets like this. And, I've always said you never really want to take joy in someone else's sadness or pain, because one day that will be you. And if you're willing to accept that and you're willing to take that sadness and that pain and that hatred even, then that's fine. But if you are not willing to accept criticism and you dish out criticism, in this case to our current president, then yeah, what do you expect is going to happen? Do you expect that no one would make a video calling you out on this? Did you expect everyone would agree with your opinion? The answers to those are no and no. So, Wedge at the Manosaurus, which is the same Twitter handle as his YouTube channel, and in fact, if you really want to be honest, it's way more engaging and active than his YouTube channel has ever been, even at its most active stage, has made these statements about our sitting president, Donald Trump. Magic used to be about magic. Magic did not used to be about what you believe or what you... It wouldn't be about this, right? It wouldn't be... When I play Magic during Obama or Clinton or George Bush Jr., even, I guess, senior... No, probably I was too young to play Magic then, but around the Clinton years, like, you would go to your game store, and my game store when I was younger was actually a official Wizard of the Coast store that held Magic tournaments. It was next to the J.C. Penney in the Exton Mall. I know you guys like verification and detail, so there you go. I don't remember anyone talking about the president. I don't remember anyone talking about politics. I just remember people playing Magic, and maybe it was because I was younger, and maybe it's because I was more naive, but today it's all about politics this, politics that. Donald Trump did this, he did that. And the affirmation that these opinions are not on YouTube when they're readily found on Twitter, and Twitter is the only place that you are making content from, our content at when you were giving a card to spoil a mythic legendary creature, nonetheless, and commander, you spoiled it on Twitter. So when people from your YouTube want to know what happened to you because you haven't posted in a month or two, they're going to go to your Twitter and they're going to see that you don't like Donald Trump. And yet you assert that you're not, that you always keep politics off. And then the concept of anyone is free to follow or unfollow at any time, no harm done. It's a cop-out. It's a very common cop-out, right? And for the most part, people are not going to call other people out. I think one of the crazy things about our community is there's no choice. We are politically divided now. There's no going back. You do know Jeremy's political views. You obviously know Talarian's. You know Wedge's. You know mine. I'm very Republican, minus the issue of immigration, where I lean even heavier than. So the story that I left out. My dad came here as a student on a student visa. Tiananmen Square happened. George Bush Sr. issued an executive order that was approved by Nancy Pelosi. So if you don't know who Nancy Pelosi is, you probably don't follow politics very much. So there you go. I love George Bush Sr. and I love, Barbara Bush and his whole family, but I also follow Nancy because those two people had the biggest impact in my life. I was born in Shanghai. Shanghai had a very strict one-child policy. I have a sister. I have a niece. I mean, I wouldn't trade anything for those. So I'm very grateful, and I know who I owe. I know who I should be grateful to. So when you talk about politics and things like that, our game has become highly political. You see tweets all the time by Wizards of the Coast employees on certain issues. The most recent one was on jobs. If you had a underqualified female applicant, maybe her resume, maybe she's right out of college and she doesn't know game design that much, and then you had a really qualified male applicant, Wizard of the Coast would probably hire the female applicant, according to Twitter. Now, you also know a lot of things that judges, sexual predator, this type of stuff is very political because some people believe in second chances. I believe that you owe it to figure out who an individual is, but once you figure out who they are, there's no changing them. They have just too many years of that person. We have employees who stole from us, and no amount of changing will help. If an employee is late her first day, she will be late for every day for that month, as I found out. If an employee takes a 2-hour lunch break her first day, she will continue to take a 2-hour lunch break no matter how many times you tell her the lunch break should only be 1 hour. If an employee is steal stuff, she will steal your client list. She will steal she'll do all types of really bad stuff to your company, and that doesn't change. So I believe you should figure out, and you should always go into it thinking the best possible scenario. And if you later identify that the person is not who you think they are, it's not worth spending the time to change them, because I truly believe they cannot be changed. That's my beliefs, of course. Yours might be different from mine, and you might have a different set of experiences. When I was really poor growing up, people helped us. The beauty of being so poor was you see the best in humanity and you see the worst in humanity. People stole from us all the time. And it's not like we would go to the police because, you stole a $25 pot. You stole pot as in cooking pots. So not the other type of pot. you stole or you sold us a lemon of a car. You're poor. What are you gonna do about it? You barely speak English. What are you gonna do about it? So that is my bias, and I will always have that. I have that edge. I have that. I want to hire a gas station cashier, and I would love for that person to be amazing, and I would love for the single mom to be amazing. And I give them every benefit of the doubt for 90 days, but after 90 days, you have a very good understanding of who they are as individuals. Now, I'm not classifying all gas station cashiers or all single moms as bad hires, because they're not. There's some really excellent ones, and I would love to hire them. But individuals are individuals, and that's how you have to treat them. But after you identify who that individual is, no amount of retraining or no amount of being friendly, it will change who they are. That's my opinion. Bye, guys.